Ken Healy suffered chronic low back pain for a long time, despite being a very committed and productive American citizen. He has undergone many treatments for his back pain. He also underwent surgery, but the pain persisted.
Good morning. My name is Ken Healy. I'm a patient of Dr. Ajrawat. I first came here in 1993. I had a terrible accident, slipped and fell going through a revolving door. Once the injuries, the cuts and the bruises all went away, what didn't go away was the shoulder pain and pain in the back and legs. Dr. Ajrawat treated all three components of my pain, the physical, the emotional, mental, psychological part, and also the spiritual part. With respect to the physical, what I did was I received a succession of trigger point injections, epidural nerve blocks, and I was also getting physical therapy, heat packs, electrical stimulation, and exercise. With respect to the psychological, I saw Dr. S.K. Ajrawat, and she treated that component. Recently, in recent times, Dr. Ajrawat has also introduced air pulse meditation, and he taught me how to use that. I find the combination of all three has been very useful in my controlling my pain. Now, for the most part, I'm relatively pain-free. A few times a year I may need to come in and get like a booster, if you will, but other than that I'm fine.
Gary Grewal, who is from Vancouver, British Columbia, came to see me because of severe low back, lower extremity pain. He has gone to see many physicians and undergone various conservative treatments. He lost his job because of the work absences because of his pain and became very depressed and was taking varieties of medication, became very irritable. It changed his whole life. His life took a nosedive.
Hi, my name is Paramjit Grewal. I'm a Canadian-born Sikh from Vancouver, British Columbia. A few years ago, I slipped a disc in my back, and the pain was so unbearable that it ruined my life. And I couldn't function emotionally, and I was just so desperate to find help. I got a lucky break when I went to a speech conference where Dr. Ajrawat was talking about his air pulse autonomic meditation therapy. And after I heard him talk about his therapy, I made the decision right away to fly down to Washington, D.C., where I attended his pain management center and received state-of-the-art treatments. And from the day one, I felt better right away. And I stayed there for 2 weeks. On the 14th day, I was a new man. He gave me my old life back. And for that, I could never thank him enough for what he's done for me. So thank you, Dr. Ajrawat. I owe you big time, and I don't know how to ever repay for what you've done for me.
The future promise of air pulse meditation therapy. Until now, it has been believed that psychological or psychiatric illnesses were primarily the result of one's environment, psychological makeup, and genetic disposition. Hence, psychoanalysis, psychotherapy, and medication were considered the major ways of treating these disorders. But now, with better research and technology, a fundamental shift is taking place. It was not until the early 1980s that research in Europe and the United States started pointing in the direction of structural changes in the brain and body, especially in the imbalance of neurotransmitters and hormones. As a result of thorough clinical evaluation and neurodiagnostic techniques such as MRI scan, functional MRI scans, PET scans, and others, we have learned that brain chemistry has a profound impact on our thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Just as there is biological basis for physical pain, there is also a biological basis for emotional pain and depression. That suffering leads to an imbalance of neurotransmitters and hormones, as well as damage to certain important parts of the brain, such as the hypothalamus, the prefrontal cortex, and left temporal lobe, among others. In other words, there is a biological basis for the madness we see in the world. Faulty conditioning, impaired brain circuitry, and loss of homeostasis can lead to psychopathic behaviors on both an individual and group level, culminating in wars, great disasters, and other assorted curses upon humanity. The history of mankind is full of such tragedies. This creates a dilemma for human mind to be truly free and self-empowered. If our emotional conditioning has physical, brain-based roots, it can be healed by the same system that caused that conditioning: religion, family, non-scientific meditation, or traditional therapy. Those institutions and approaches have value, but not in addressing the problem they have created. For as in the words of Albert Einstein, a significant problem created at one level of thinking cannot be solved at the same level of thinking. Therefore, better approaches are needed to understand the functioning of mind and body, their detours from normalcy, the increasing incidence of mental and physical diseases in modern times, and the ever-growing challenges posed by the speed and pressure of modern life. Our social systems are going through incredible changes, and in the famous words of Dr. Jonas Salk, it is the survival of the wisest.